Welcome back, trainers, and we're going to be looking at yet again Buzzwole, but it's going to be in the Great League. So if you're one of the people that did purchase the ticket, and I did put up a last-minute video giving the alert that you can potentially get one of these yourself and not just the people that attended GoFest, and here I am with mine. It really depended on your IVs. I mean, getting one in the Great League is getting one in the Great League, so it doesn't really matter. But you already know what it is. Me and my bad IV Pokemon, I don't care, okay? I also have good ones, as you can see here. That Alolan Marowak is a prize to have for sure. So, it did great, all right? I mean, there was a few misplays here, but other than that, I enjoyed it thoroughly. The thing can take a hit. It dishes out amazing damage. It definitely does get walled by certain things, but that's where you just need certain coverage. We do swap out the Nidoqueen later down the line for the Alolan Marowak Shadow, which is going to just be peachy for the team here. But yet again, if there is some sort of counter in the back, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. But it did great. We're going to be getting a lot of people backing out as well. That was just the kind of pattern that we were seeing here today. All right, next battle, what are we going to see? And if you do enjoy my videos, by the way, give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. You just killed it in the last Buzzwole one in the Master League. I appreciate everybody giving me that support. So we're up against the wall rain here. Pretty gutsy to let that go, calling the body slam. And we're going to go ahead and let this go as well. Now, they do have two, so we got to expect that. We're actually able to get off a body slam, which quite surprised me. I think they have a plan of... All right, there we go. So we're able to get that off and get a shield. Now, we'll go ahead and let this go because what we want to do is bring in Buzzwole. You know they're going to have a counter to this, and unfortunately, they're going to be able to get off another Icicle Spear, so they had everything in control. They were building up that energy. Taking us down to half, we still have two shields. Bringing in a Talonflame. This isn't looking good. We better see an Azumarill or a fighter in the back. Unfortunately, it is a Medicham, so we're going to have to finesse the situation here. We have two shields, so we're not in the worst position. So basically how this is going to play out is you're just going to have to see. I was surprised that they let that go. They're probably thinking they need to hold on to one shield, and they're going to try to sweep up with that Talonflame. So we've got one shield ourselves. Buzzwole, it can't take a hit after they flame charge. I would assume that's all they're going to go for. No need to go for the Brave Bird here. And now what are we going to do? I mean, what is happening here? How in the world are we going to pull this off? Buzzwole does have energy, and I want you to see, do not look away, folks, what's going to happen here. So they throw their energy. We're obviously going to go down. Their attack is boosted by 2 stages. Bring it in, Buzzwole, get into the superpower. This is the only thing that we have to do. Going for it. We take them out. Not very effective. Are you freaking kidding me? I just had a feeling that would happen, and it was beautiful. Great. Next one, we're going to be seeing a Bastodon. As much as I wanted to swap into Nidoqueen, you know, we're going to probably get countered. So we're just going to go ahead and stay here. Going for the body slam. Let's see if we get a shield out of them. And okay, that's great. Shield right off the bat. Now, I do think we're going to be shielding this up ourselves. Just want to keep this healthy to win this matchup. But they're going to be swapping into a Medicham, and we systematically go into Nidoqueen here. Now, we do need to look out for Psychic. Ice Punch is going to be doing a lot. Do believe we call it, and I'm like, nah, I just don't feel like this is a Psychic. Ice Punch, that right there was it. We needed to hold on to our shield, get to another Poison Fang, and we're looking good with this Medicham out of the way. Should be able to sweep up in the back. We'll have to see what they're going to have here. But this Buzzwole, I'm telling you, it didn't disappoint whatsoever. Even if you have a bad IV one, you're okay. So they have a Sableye. Now, Buzzwole is still going to be doing a decent amount of damage, and you will be resisting the foul play, the dark moves. They can hit you with a return, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in Snorlax to take this hit. After they've used that energy, we're going to bring in Buzzwole here. Now, I think we may want to... I don't know. I think we let this... Okay. Oh, we're shielding up a foul play. All right. That's crazy. So we're going to go for Lunge because we don't want to lower our stats in case they do lower or use their shield. Lower their shields, pretty much. They let it go. We counter down. Buzzwole said, nah, I'm not worried about that damn dinosaur. I've seen dinosaurs. I've seen aliens. I've been all around the galaxy. All right. So we're going to go for a superpower with this Buzzwole, and this should be enough to take the win here. This thing is killing it, folks. I mean, superpower and counter, if those things are getting stabbed on a fighting, they're always going to get stabbed. But if you're getting stabbed from those, you're going to be looking good, and that Pokemon's basically going to be great almost all the time. All right, so what's going on here? We got a swap, bringing in Nidoqueen here up against the Medicham. Pretty similar situation to before. So we do have to call this time. Do we want to shield it up? I think we do. Got to play it safe. They hit us with an Ice Punch, which is perfectly fine. I want to farm all the way down to make up for using that shield here, and which we do, which surprised the heck out of me, and immediately going for a Poison Fang. This is an Alolan Marowak. They know we have an Earth Power. They shield up. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Get into the Earth Power. If they use both shields here, that would just be great. I think they're letting this go. Yeah, down it goes. And they back out at this point. They know it's over. They got an Azumarill in the back, and Buzzwole didn't even show its weird face this time. All right, next one. What is it, like a mosquito on steroids or something? That's what it looks like. All right, we're met with an Gyarados, and this is a lot of these matchups I'm not too familiar with Snorlax. As much as I use it, I don't use it. I use it quite often in the Great League. So, new situation here. Let's go. Going for lunge, doing a lot of damage. Snorlax Shadow is great because it's doing more damage and it's already tanky. So it's not like it's going to be taking too much damage. I mean, it can even go, I'm not going to say toe-to-toe up against a fighting Pokemon with counter, but it can at least hold its own and do some decent damage. All right, we're taking that win, but at the expense of a shield. They have an Obstagoon. We immediately swap into our Nidoqueen here. And we do have the Buzzwole. You don't want to go into that counter. So I'm expecting them to swap here in a minute. So what they like to usually do is, after you get this off, they swap because their stats have been lowered and, well, they're just going to get them wiped away. And you kind of just do that for no reason, except we're just doing a little bit of damage. And now they're going to go ahead and swap. We're going to go for a Poison Fang before they do take us out. This is a very satisfying thing to do. And we just have the perfect alignment. It's over. You already know what it is. Bring it in Buzzwole to sweep up and close this game out for us here. Simply shielding this up and it's a wrap. I'm just, I'm telling you, man, when I first seen this thing, I swear it looked so stupid. Still does look weird, but I'm a fan now because I'm actually using it. Next up, let's go. What are we going to see? Much like Groudon, when that first came out, I was like, what is this? Hair Clipper. A Haunter. Does it get any better than that? They swap into a Swampert regular, and we're bringing in the Buzzwole here to handle it. So they can't go for Earthquake, just the Hydro Cannons. I mean, that's all they need to do. Look how much damage it's doing. So can it take a hit? Yeah, I mean, this is the Great League. So this thing is built for the Master League and the Ultra League. And is doing well even here. Taking a lot of damage. Now, I should have went for freaking Superpower. You remember how much we did last time? Big screw up there. Some damage is better than no damage, is better than being greedy. So here we are, stuck in this situation up against a Talonflame, shielding up a Brave Bird. So I guess we're not in the worst situation ever. Let's see if we can pull this one back. Going for the Shadow Bone, getting a shield. Great, 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 great. Now, at this point, I'm going to let this go. And yeah, hit me with a Flame Charge. So since we did call that, it's pretty much a wrap. They swap back into Haunter. We bring in our Snorlax. I commend them for sticking this one out, even though it looks pretty grim. They go for a Shadow Ball. They're really, do they back out or do they stay here? All right, they're going to be fighting until the bitter end. Love it. Let's go. Going for a Body Slam here. They did sneak and Incinerate through. And we're going to just simply go for another one. And this is going to be enough to take the win. That Snorlax putting in the work. Buzzwole, everything put in the work. Let's go. Next battle, we have a Legend. Let's see it, folks. What do we got for this Legend? Oh, that's down in the gutter with us. All right, so we have Shadow Dragonite. Now, this thing will be able to beat me to the Dragon Claw. What they're doing is farming up extra energy. So I don't know what kind of mind games I think they're going to be playing here. I'm shielding this up. I know they can hit 2 back-to-back, but I wanted them to just use up their energy. But they're going to be retreating with a Dragon Claw plus energy. Bringing in a Swampert to absorb the Body Slam. We're going to go ahead and bring in Buzzwole here. Now, what we're going to do is farm down and Superpower whatever they do throw into battle. I don't care what it is. We're just going to throw that. Countering down. Beautiful. And I'm expecting the Dragonite. And let's see if we can hit that Superpower before they hit their charge move. And we hit it. This will take them out. I mean, it's not very effective, but it's a ridiculously strong move. Down you go. Squishy Pokemon. And they have a Shadow Quagsire. Now, I started getting a little nervous because I thought I screwed up here. So, oh, how did I screw up? Well, I bring in the Snorlax and they're able to farm up even more. So they have got a ton of energy. This is a Shadow Quagsire. And we got an Alola Marowak in the back. It's going to take out a whole family if we get hit by a charge move. So I'm thinking, damn, they got a Earthquake and a Stone Edge. But we farmed them down. Let's freaking go. Are you kidding me? Bye-bye, Legend. Moving on to our next opponent. We've got a double lick action going on here. Lick at tongue with Snorlax. They swap in a Nidoqueen. We bring in our Alola Marowak, and this is just a great situation here. So we do call the Earth Power correctly. It would have been pretty devastating if we didn't shield that up because we kind of need to stay in this matchup here with the Marowak. So we're down a shield. They let it go. You already know what they're going to be bringing back into battle. The Lick at Tongue. So here we are. And I think they make an attempt to farm me all the freaking way down. I unfortunately go for Fire Blast. And since it takes so long to farm up to that, and people have seen me be using it, and not only that, I mean, it's just common knowledge if somebody's farming up like that, you're probably going to be going for Fire Blast. So unfortunately, they shield it up, and we're up here with the Buzzwole flexing. He's like, hit me. Let's go with the Buzzwole. They got another charge move. We're going to go ahead and let this go. And countering down is unfortunately not an option. We're actually shielding this up. I want to hold on to the Buzzwole here. hitting me with... Oh, we're farming down? Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's right. All right, okay. We got a Trevenant in the back. We go for lunge. It's a wrap. We're going to lower that attack, bring in the Snorlax, and that's good night, sleep tight. But they fight it out until the end, I think. I think they do. I don't know. Let's see if they stay here so I can take them down to 0 HP. Now, it's looking... No, they do. Okay, I remember I have to finish them off with a Body Slam. So they need one more Seed Bomb, but we got a ton of energy. These are not going to be very effective, but still damage is damage. There you go. A little bit. Couple more licks. Going for the Body Slam. And you already know, taking the win. Trevenant, let's go. Now, if we didn't lower their attack, I think they could have potentially beaten us there. Next one, we're met with a Galarian Stunfisk, folks. Okay. If you haven't hit that like button, make sure you do. I really do appreciate that. And we're going to go ahead and go for the bait again. No, I don't think anybody's really shielding the first one up because they can take it and or they're calling it correctly, and they do. So not great, but that's okay. Better than nothing here. They go for the Rock Slide. Okay, that sounds good. Now we will go for a Superpower at this point. There's no need to just bait again. Let's see if they shield or let it go. Let it go. Great. Winning this matchup. Lowered our attack and defense, so we may want to make a swap and hold on to it. So we immediately bring in Buzzwole up against their Venusaur here. Sludge Bomb is still going to be doing a lot of damage, so we're going to go ahead and shield that up. Great. And they're staying here for now. We're going to go for Lunge, which is not super effective again, but they are part grass, so it does still hurt it quite a bit. So we drop their stats, looking good. We'll let this one go, no problem at all. He says, hit me again. Do you see this Buzzwole flexing on these people like this? Wow, this thing, man. All right, so we're going for the lunge. I mean, that's crazy damage. They're farming us all the way down. We have a Snorlax that's kind of healthy, and we have an Alola Marowak here. Foul Play is going to be pretty much doing the job to take us out. A couple more Shadow Claws, but we're sticking in the fight, retreating with energy, and bringing in the Alola Marowak to farm them down. We have to shield this. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around this. So this one's pretty much a wrap. We simply shield up the Sableye. In comes the Venusaur, and we're just going to farm it down. Well, okay, I guess I'm going to hit the Shadow Bone. Okay. Not really necessary, I don't think. And if we hit another Shadow Bone, that's really not needed here. I do. Okay. Maybe I thought they had more energy, but they definitely didn't. And we have Big Mad backing out before we can land the charge move. Let's go. Let's see what we have for the next one in Altaria. Well, this is where we're going to want to see it out of the other two Pokemon. So Snorlax, time to put in that work. We got to use shields and win this matchup at all costs. For the sake of the backline Pokemon. Her Buzzwole doesn't want nothing to do with a flying type being a fighting and bug. It's just going to get one-shotted. Alright, basically, it's Skarmory, it's his worst nightmare. Although I have a pretty interesting matchup later down the line regarding a Skarmory and a Buzzwole putting in that work up against it. So we're going to be able to win that matchup, again, at the cost of a shield. So let's see what they're going to bring into battle here. Taking quite a bit of time making the decision, and they're bringing in an Azumarill. Okay, it's fine. It's a normal little matchup here. Just going to go for the Body Slam. Buzzwole doesn't really want to go up against it. We could do damage, so we're just going to go ahead and swap just to hold on to it. The Bubble's the only thing that's hurting us, unless they do have a Hydro Pump. Ice Beam, obviously, is not very effective. Play rough. They do start to add up because we are Shadow. And then those Bubbles are also doing a decent amount. So there's the Ice Beam. Okay, surviving it, no problem. We can survive a Play Rough, we can survive an Ice Beam at this point as well. It's the Bubbles that we have to worry about, and we get to the Shadow Bone. Beautiful. But they did swap into a Registeel to lock themselves here, hitting them with a Shadow Bone, and they're going to be able to farm up quite a bit, so they're loaded up on energy. What we're going to do is bring in the Snorlax, just kind of like to sacrifice it at this point, have them use their energy on it. We're going to bring in Buzzwole and see if we can farm them down. If we can farm them down, Buzzwole, go, buddy. Come on, you got this. And let's go. Okay. All right, we're in business. And simple. No, not quite. It's not over yet. We're up against an Azumarill, and they can do some tricks. So they let that first lunge go because they know it's everything that we have is not very effective. I would assume they're going to shield this one up because, well, now they're just a little low. So what we need to do is call this. We got to call this Ice Beam because if they hit me with Ice Beam and they go Play Rough, we're dead. So we call it, and as soon as we call it, they back out. Oh, another Big Mad. Let's go, folks. Moving on to the next opponent. What are we going to see? Another Galarian Stunfisk. What do you know? Okay, with that fighter in the middle. Oh, yeah. So, going for it. I guess I'm never going to be going for Superpower right off the bat. I just don't want to take more damage. It's better off to do it like this. Let's see if they want to go for an Earthquake or a Rock Slide. I've been seeing a lot of Rock Sliders. There it is. Another one. Do you believe they hit me with another one right here? So we're absolutely going to be letting this go. And then just simply throwing a Superpower to take them out. Unless they do want to shield up. In which case, I think we can still build up to another one. They can't really farm us down. Taking that one up against them, and they got a victory bell. Oh, hey, props to you. It's not Shadow, though. Hey, it's not Shadow. So here it is, the Skarmory thing I told you about up against Buzzwole. So we take a ton of damage because we're bug and fighting, but watch how much the superpower does. We've already won this game, if you know, because Alolan Marowak is over. They let it go. What do you think? If they would have shielded it up, could they have won? Negative. That's a big negative. Ghost Rider. We still would have won this matchup here because we still have 2 shields. Bringing in the victory bell, and I'm like, I'm not playing any games. I'm just going to shield you up. Okay, I'm not trying to flex. Like, got your last shield. Back out. I've been petty like that before too. Moving on to our next opponent, we're going to be met with the one that I hate saying, the Dedenne. The mouse, the electric fairy. All right, so it can't take a hit. We're getting 2 shields, if I do recall this battle correctly. So there's the first one. I think, yeah, we'll let this first go. And that does a lot more freaking damage than I was expecting. So we're going to shield up this next one here to kind of put on the pressure to win this matchup or to have them use a shield. And then we'll just go ahead and bring in the Alolan Marowak, which is going to have to, unfortunately, take a discharge. But at that point, it doesn't really matter too much because, well, both of their shields are gone. And we're getting rid of the fairy. So I think the Buzzwole should be okay the back after we do get rid of this thing. Alolan Marowak. It's going to start to farm down. Let's go ahead and do this here. Start building up all that energy and getting ready for what they have in the back. They immediately swap and it is going to be a Sableye. Should I have built up to Fire Blast? Would have been probably a little bit more satisfying. But what I do is swap into Buzzwole. And I do shield this up because, well, it is going to be a return. Okay, and that would have pretty much one-shotted us. So we've got a loaded Buzzwole over here. What's happening, folks? What's going on? They got a Trevenant? Oh, this is going to be so satisfying. It definitely was playing the situation. Going for the lunge. 1. Can we get there before they get to Shadow Ball? And yeah, that's going to KO. And Buzzwole's taking the win up against a Trevenant. You kidding me? And then countering down to Dedenne. Dedenne, whatever. All right. Next battle, we're met with the Nidoqueen. And oh, we have the bug, the Chatterbug, the bus bug. You know why I put that on there? Because I was sick and tired of the nonsense hard counter algorithm. So here we are. And both of the back Pokemon absolutely want nothing to do with this Shadow Nidoqueen. Well, it's not Shadow. We're Shadow. I'm just casting the Shadow. Looks like it is. All right. Well, regular. Doesn't really matter. They don't want to see this Nidoqueen. Going for the Body Slam after shielding that up. Do they want to shield in return? And they do. I think this is a double KO. Oh, let's go. So I'm waiting here. I'm waiting for the throw in. And the game just throws in Buzzwole. So watch what happens, though. It's a Vigoroth. Oh, look at tongue. Okay, my bad. Pure normal. I just had it in my mind. And we're going to go ahead and throw a lunge. They did swap into their Medicham. Now, of course, I can use a little Marowak right about now. Okay, but we got the Caterpillar bug. So, let's see what we can do. I mean, this thing is good. I'm not trying to... It's actually very good. So we got 2 bug types on the team. Interesting, huh? All right, calling that. It's just a power punch. Not very effective. Ooh, boy, let's go. You see where this is going, right? Let's get it, little bus. Little worm bus thing. I feel like this was like an error. Like, what kind of a design is that? It's not horrible, actually. There's a lot worse out there. So they're bringing their Lickitung in here, trying to recover whatever situation. And we bring in Buzzwole, and this is pretty much a wrap. Thank you for watching, trainers. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!